My brother stole my inheritance. Then karma hit him hard. Part 1. Have you ever trusted someone so completely that you never imagined they could betray you? I did. His name was Ryan. He wasn't just my brother. He was my best friend. Or at least, I thought he was. The day our grandfather died, our family expected tears, memories, and one final goodbye. Instead, we got lies. Within a week, Ryan walked away with a $15 million inheritance that was never supposed to be his. Everyone believed him. Everyone. Except me. What none of us knew was that Grandpa had planned for exactly this moment. And hidden inside an old wooden box was evidence that would destroy the biggest lie our family had ever believed. Our grandfather. My name is Daniel. I grew up in a small Texas town with my older brother Ryan. Ryan was confident. Popular. The kind of person who could walk into any room and instantly become everyone's favorite. I was different. Quiet. Hard-working. I preferred spending weekends helping Grandpa repair old furniture in his workshop instead of going to parties. Our grandfather, William Carter, wasn't born wealthy. He built one of the largest ranch equipment companies in the state from nothing. By the time he retired, newspapers called him a self-made millionaire. But to me, he was simply Grandpa. Every Saturday morning, we'd drink coffee together before sunrise. He always said the same thing. Money disappears, Daniel. Character doesn't. At the time, I didn't realize he was teaching me something far more valuable than business. Ryan rarely visited. When he did, it was usually because he needed money. A new truck. Credit card debt. Another failed investment. Grandpa always helped him. But afterward, I'd notice sadness in his eyes. One evening, while we were closing the workshop, Grandpa looked at me and quietly said, "One day you'll understand why some people value money more than family." I never forgot those words. The last days, when Grandpa turned 82, his health declined quickly. Doctors recommended full-time care. Without hesitation, I moved into his ranch house. For almost a year, I helped him every day. Cooking, driving him to appointments, reading books together, listening to stories I'd heard 100 times before. I didn't do it because I expected anything. I did it because he had always been there for me. Ryan visited only 3 times that entire year. Each visit lasted less than 30 minutes. He'd ask about Grandpa's investments, his bank accounts, the ranch, the company. Then he'd leave. One afternoon after Ryan drove away in his new sports car, Grandpa sighed. He never asks how I'm feeling. I didn't know what to say. A few weeks later, Grandpa asked me to bring him a small wooden box from the workshop. Inside were old photographs, military medals, family letters, and one sealed envelope. He smiled. Some things should only be opened when the time is right. Before I could ask what he meant, he locked the box again. The funeral. 3 months later. Grandpa passed away peacefully in his sleep. More than 500 people attended the funeral. Former employees, friends, neighbors, veterans, people whose lives he had quietly changed. Everyone spoke about his generosity. Ryan stood at the front, crying harder than anyone. Family members hugged him. They praised him for being such a loving grandson. I stayed silent. Because deep inside, something didn't feel right. 3 days later, we gathered in the office of Grandpa's attorney. Dark wood walls, leather chairs, a long polished conference table. The atmosphere felt heavy. The attorney placed a thick folder on the desk. "Ladies and gentlemen, we're here to read the final will and testament of William Carter." Ryan smiled confidently. He looked like someone who already knew the outcome. At first, I assumed I was imagining things. Then the attorney opened the folder, paused, and said something that made my heart stop. I leave my entire estate, valued at approximately $15 million, to my eldest grandson. Ryan slowly leaned back in his chair. Ryan Carter. The room exploded with applause. My aunt whispered. Your grandfather made the right choice. Ryan looked directly at me. Smirked. And quietly said. Looks like Grandpa knew who deserved it. I couldn't believe what I just heard. Not because I wanted the money. But because it didn't sound like the man I had cared for every day during the last year of his life. As everyone congratulated Ryan, one question kept repeating in my mind. What happened to the wooden box Grandpa told me never to forget? To be continued.